Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good evening. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening. And here I am. It turns a little bit. So, not in a rush. It's not very important. I am walking and just want to have some thoughts. It's not oh, community farm stand. Oh, this is so good. And I do not have a very particular thought, a very clear idea. But oh, organic jam, apples, organic jam. Wow, this is so interesting, this place. Let me wear my glasses and take a look what it is. Free apple jam is $5. Wow. Money slot and you put it there. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So, wherever you are, this is in the middle of Silicon Valley, and still there are these. It's quite touching. Okay, and it's not anything serious. Up to now, I have not talked anything. And just some random thought. I was at home, and I stayed at home the whole day. And in the afternoon, I came out just for a little bit of drive, and then I found, wow, it feels so good. The weather is good, and it's cool, and it's warm. The autumn weather just makes me feel so good. Don't you feel that warmth in the day, and also feel the warmth and the clear sky? Let's take a look at this beautiful clear sky. This is what I am talking about. And in Chinese, there is a particular word about it, 秋高气爽. So it means autumn day, the sky is high, and the air is fresh. That is particular, this kind of, oh, I have never walked this way, I think. This is this particular autumn day that the heat from the air start to fall down or start to disappear. The weather start to cool down. Especially yesterday, it was cool and cold. I should say the word cold. It yesterday was just suddenly there was a wind that changed direction, right? In different parts of the world, there are this particular kind of wind that make the weather, make the temperature change. And this is the particular time that temperature started to change, and all the hot air, because of the cold wind, blew away. The moist has been blown away, And what has remained is this cool, fresh air. And there's no moist, there's no heat, but it's not dry. This fresh, clear, and light, uplifting, that just makes me very, very happy to think about it and to feel about it, and to be in the middle of it. It's just very, very refreshing and beautiful. So I decide to come out and just to have a walk. Nothing serious and nothing. No, I do not even think about what I do. Okay, so here I have a few thoughts I want to share with you. There was one thought. This comes from, I listen to other people's podcast. I listen to, oh, what is that sound? I listen to other, must be birds. I listen to other people's podcast and some very, very successful podcast. And one of the podcaster or speaker, he had an idea that every morning he had something like 1 minute, 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minute talk, and some random thoughts. And I thought it is, sorry for the sound, it is a wonderful idea that we change topic, and because this is the first time I am asking you, oh, sorry for the noise. So this is the first time I need to ask you, I want to share with you this thought so that I am talking a little bit more. Later on, we will have much less of this blah, blah, blah. We will get, I hope, we will get to the point. Okay, I want to talk about a story of food. As I was making food, and people give different comments. There was one about cooking mushrooms. There were discussion about whether wash it or not, whether it's gross not to wash with water, and but there are so much story behind it. And the chicken, there are different kind of chicken, and historical reason about kung pao chicken. All these things I want to talk about, and why I like a particular way of cooking, or why I like a particular dish, these kind of things. So it can be a podcast that we just randomly chat without any pressure, and does not need any a particular visual element. I talk, and I want to, okay, before I get into today's first point, I want to, that's quite loud, that car sound. And I want to get to ask you what you would like to suggest. It's not that I am anything better than anybody. No. I am nothing better than anybody. I am not thinking about talking it like I know. No, I do not know. I want to chat with you so that we can discuss something. We can bring ideas to the table and share with people and learn from each other. Okay, so here we come to today's point. Okay, if I am a podcaster, if anybody sponsor me as a podcaster, they will be so angry because it takes me 10 minutes, 24 seconds comes to my point about keeping our brain young, keeping our mind young, exercise our brain, exercise for our brain health. So that comes from, that I am making a video about doing trigonometry, doing exercise. Why do I do this? Because when you do mathematics, when you do something that it requires full attention, you have to follow step by step. And from step number 1, you deduct, you go to step number 2. Number 2, go to 3. So you use your logical thinking, rational, you just think through a very strict line, a very particular way of thinking it. And you cannot have any split of attention. And I feel that is very, very enriching and very, very healthy. Do I make any sense? You full exercise about one particular way of thinking, and thinking according to your goal, your direction, and it's very, and you think about all the ways or all the possibilities how to solve a problem, and that is very, very good exercise for the brain, very exercising, practicing. So I like to do it, and see, there is a car distracting, so I cannot focus right now. But the point is that I think it's good for our brain, for our brain, to keep our brain to think a particular way. It's very, very good exercise. It's like a gymnastic. See, these people running, and they are exercising, physical exercise. That is a brain exercise. And then I got one friend comment, and she said, it is how you keep your brain young, or something like, what is the way to keep our brain young and exercise? I think this is a very good way of doing it. I have no one answer. I do not know the answer. So this is why I bring up this topic. Let's chat about it, how to keep our brain young. I like mathematics because I do not do complicated mathematics. I do not do because my level is not yet reaching there. But doing something that there is a result, and it's self-evident, it's really encouraging. And if you do painting, you may end up self-critiquing, and you may end up unsatisfied. Well, of course, you may end up very satisfied with yourself, It's one possibility, but there is another possibility, that is you are not happy because there is not a standard. It's very perspective, very personal. You may aim very high and dissatisfied with your result. While you do mathematics, there is not such a thing. There is right, there is wrong. You get it right, you get it right. Whichever route you take, you get it right, and that is very satisfying, right? Okay, and something else can do, such as coloring page, because when you do some coloring, no matter you do it mandala, no matter you do it a particular way, there is a pattern. You can develop a pattern, and there can be right or wrong. There can be a very visible result. And something like cooking, but cutting vegetables, I want to make each one a particular length, a particular thickness, and that is also. So these are all another thing very, very good, I feel, is spelling. And now we write and we do things, we forget our ability of spelling. In Chinese, if you learn Chinese, you can write things because there is a stroke order. There is a very particular, strict right or wrong way, and it's self-evident, and that is very good. And something like spelling, sunny, S-U-N-N-Y. If you get one wrong, that is not right. Or you can do civilization, C-I-V-I-L-C-V-I-L-I-Z-A-T-I-O-N. You can use your way of thinking, processing. I think that is very, very, very good for our brain. And this is my thought. Of course, there are many, many other ways of doing it. If you have any comment, if you have any idea, I hope you can share it. Okay, so these are the exercises. Are we sure that if we do this, we can keep our brain young? Here is the point. We may not be sure to keep our brain young. And the goal, if we put our goal as exercise, if our goal is to exercise and keep our brain young and then it might be, oh, that is a beautiful road. I do not know if I can go there. Anyway, I will not go that way. Does not look like a public road. Anyway, so another thing is that have an open heart and accept that things can turn out whatever way, and accept things can go out of our control. It is out of our control. It is beyond our responsibility. Our responsibility, our goal is to make sure that we make effort and live today to the best, and live this moment to the best, and that is enough. Here is a story. I should start with the story to make my point, but anyway, but you get the idea. This is kind of a true story. I do not know this person. My friend told me this story. There was a young man, came from another country, came here, and at the beginning he did not speak the language of the land he is living now, so he studied the language. It took many years, 5 years, 6 years. Anyway, he took his time, studied hard, and from not knowing anything, starting the most humble job, not speaking the language, and experienced all the hard working, and finally he learned the language, and he went to school or he got a job. Anyway, he got established, which is good. When he is established, have a job, made money, he started to think about challenging himself. So he went to university and he took the most complicated subject, mathematics. So he studied mathematics. He studied mathematics in, anyway, this is the story. I got a little bit confused. You fill up the hole, the idea, you get it, okay? So he studied mathematics, and he learned about very complicated mathematics and got into the degree, and finally he spent so many years, and everyone was retiring, but he was not retiring. He was already quite senior age at this age, and he studied mathematics, and he got a master degree and a PhD degree. Everyone was happy. He graduated and started to look for a job. And to our surprise, he got dementia or Alzheimer. I do not know the name for it. Anyway, I learned about this in another language, which means senior age memory loss, or this kind of disease. So he got his degree, he got everything established. He want to enjoy his life and enjoy to pondering in mathematics. He got Alzheimer or dementia. He lost his memory. He lost his way of thinking. But nothing has stopped him from enjoying his life to the fullest. We cannot make sure if we can live. We cannot make sure, we cannot control the outcome of our action, but we can control our action, and that is the point. It is okay. That is the point. The exercise we do is not even about if we live a young, a smart life or not. It's not important. It's not the final goal. The final goal is to live this life. Live today, to live this moment to the fullest, to the best we can have. And that is it. After this story, do you still want to keep on practicing mathematics, practicing spelling, practicing writing? I will anyway do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it at this moment, and it makes me feel just happy, and that is enough. Bye bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do.